So they got some tender stuff that's growing. We've had rain, so they have stuff to eat for sure. But this is where we need to put them. And then eventually probably out to the field. Clean that up. All I gotta do is just move this wire, add to it. I can go 15 miles. The charger I bought can go 15 miles. That means you can run 15 miles of Hotwire. I just have to remember to double it because I run 2 strands. So it's just telling you what the voltage can handle, the distance of the wire. We got probably 45 pigs. 47 maybe. And I'm giving them grain, but all I'm giving them is a bucket a day of protein and corn. Some of them can use more for sure, some of the mamas. But it helps when you rotate them. They have stuff to eat. I want them to live off of this stuff, not just corn and protein. It's just not natural. But they need a variety of stuff. You can't just grow one thing. You can't just grow rye, or you can't grow hay or just any one thing for them. Corn is a good idea because then you'll grow the husks. But the problem is they'll just tear it all up. It'll be gone. You want to rotate. It's important to do a rotation. And so having a rotational system every month, pretty much, we have to move these guys. They will tear an area up quickly. But see, this is springtime. We got rain and sun here in East Texas. We get more rain than the majority of Texas. We're so close to Louisiana and the Gulf. This is why we get a lot of rain. So everything stays green. And I'm mowing everything. My whole life is going to be about mowing. And if I could use some helpers in the mowing process, sign me up. And at the same time grow food, let's do it. And the more I learn about this kind of permaculture, or whatever you want to call it, the more you learn about the wildlife and the ecosystem and what's out here and what we can grow. Mostly I'm using native. This is all native stuff. Flowers, weeds, grasses, brassicas, whatever, all kinds of different poison ivy, dewberries, just anything you can think of. Briars, small trees, vines. They'll eat all this. Something's going to eat this. And so pigs multiply fast. Be ready for it. If you're not doing anything with them, they'll go from that one guy right there and these 3 mamas. And she's the one that needs the most weight. We're working on her. But you go from 3 pigs and you end up with 45. I think we have 47. Not confirmed. We have babies everywhere. These are Hampshire wild boar mix. That guy's full Hampshire. They're the hardest to gain weight. They need more supplement feeding. So they're not my favorite to grow. She stayed the heaviest. She might be pregnant though. Yeah, that one's starting to get her hips a little bit fuller. But she was nursing a lot. And then Ham, it's been a little hard to get him to gain weight, but he still has his weight reducers back there. If I cut him, he'd gain weight a lot faster. Coop, our other pig, pet pig, right there is gaining weight. And he's going around eating all this stuff too. So. We've got about 18, 19 adults. And I say adults, I say anything from Cooper size. He's about 3 months old. These are about 6 months old. Razor, probably 2. So he's still young. And then all these other ones are a mixed breed. So you got Hampshire, Razor, the dad, and the the Hampshire mamas. That's a half breed. Half breed. They eat everything. They'll graze all over. You got these little guys already grazing and growing on all this natural stuff. They'll root, but if they don't need to root a lot, they're just gonna go around grazing. It's work to root. They're not gonna root unless they have to. You can see where they started plowing for me over here. That'll just grow back, fertilized, or I can always throw some kind of seed in there. But for the most part, I mean, all I'm doing is just bringing the native whatever's here back to life by neutralizing it with manure and the hogs turning the dirt, basically. So that's how I raise pigs, and it's Hotwire. So I can sell all these. I can process them. I can feed my family. I will never ever go hungry when it comes to meat. And honestly, if I just start a rotation and a rotational harvesting of the meat, and as well as rotational grazing of my land, I think it's going to work out. And Razor's my monarch. He's the ringleader, and thanks to Razor, he's created a legacy. Be it a blessing or a curse, we have pigs. Is that a good problem or a bad problem? You tell me. Any of y'all like to do this, or what do you do? What would you do with these? Any other ideas, any better ideas you have for me? I'm definitely going to be doing some barbecuing, so y'all stay tuned. Appreciate the subscription and hitting that bell if you want to stay with me on a journey. Here's Cooper. This bus has brought all our stuff here from the city, and we're going to do something with that one day too, I'm sure. Cooper! Say thank you. Subscribe. Hit that like. And comment. Talk to us. Right, Coop? Is that good? What are you eating on? Can we see what you're enjoying? He's enjoying some kind of weed down at the bottom. Cooper, can we see it? One of these. He's eating some of these, I think. You're eating a bit of everything, huh? Flowers. Mixing it like a salad. Look. I know pigs have a bad rep, but if they're controlled, they're very easy to manage, and they're very beneficial. The pig I'm seeing is eating native stuff, living off the land. But farmers have a big issue because they erode the land. They just, this is what they do to it. So a farmer will plant all his fields, and a pig will come in, a couple pigs will come in and do this. You see, when this is what a farmer wanted for his crop, he got this instead. So you have to understand why they are a problem, and you also have to understand how they multiply so fast. I mean, when did we start this? Maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. Went from basically 0 pigs. Somebody gave me Razor, and started with that one as a mama and that one, and then somehow we have almost 50 pigs. And just because we let them breed, We don't really have a breeding program right now, but we pretty much know that this guy has been the dad of almost every single one of these. So there are some of his granddaughters that he mated with, but that's okay. You just don't want to keep the incest too close together. So we're going to start separating these, getting these barred, some of the males, if we want to raise them, or we're just going to have to start harvesting some of these pigs that you're seeing here. So pretty cool though. That little watermelon seed looking one is a little bacon bit. You can see they got more of the wild Russian boar in them because they have that watermelon look to them, that camouflage wild boar markings. And then you can see the other ones have that Hampshire, more of that Hampshire bloodline in them, just by seeing their markings here, black and white. Saddlebacks. I'm just going to keep rotating them, and when they start becoming a problem or losing weight and I can't afford feed, I'll just, like I said, when I run out of space to rotate, which I shouldn't, if you rotate them enough, it's during the summer and winter is really the toughest time. So we're going to want to harvest soon and just either sell the babies or raise the babies and harvest the larger ones like these. They're not going to be, not a whole lot of fat and not a whole lot of meat on them. This would be a perfect time to sell them to somebody, cut those little goats off and have somebody raise him and fatten them up a little bit before Christmas. That'd be a perfect time for that. I'll make some more videos and post some more videos of the Hotwire and where all that comes from, and how we started training some of our pigs in the Hotwire was actually in our little garden, which is now our garden. We started training our pigs in these pens here, and we started with 3, Razor and 2 mamas. And let me show you what we trained them. See, they have all this space now because they're Hotwire trained. We used to have them. We used to have them in here. This is now our garden. We put mushroom compost, and I took some of that soil from up top there and put it and mixed it in here, and we created this pig pen into a garden. So the Hotwire's in here. We're gonna change that. Mama doesn't really like the idea of a Hotwire, but we definitely won't have animals messing with it, that's for sure. So it's kind of, might be good to just keep it what it is. The Hotwire headquarters is right there. That's your 15-mile charger. See, it says 15 miles on it. Hold on. Let me be still. Let me try to. It says 15 miles on there. Anyway, it goes through that blue PEX pipe, comes down that PVC pipe, and connects right there. That's the connection point to the Hotwire. And then we have the Hotwire going all the way around this pen, and we train the pigs in this pen, and this was their holding pen for a while. And then once they were trained, we set them in here, and they learned that Hotwire is no bueno. And so there it is. We just got to come over here and clean all this up, weed it. So skinniest pig we have, she needs to gain weight. We're working on her. Everybody else is healthy. But still would like to see more weight on them. That's why I put them back in here. Let them eat all this up. But it's gonna be time to rotate. But it's cool, and they clean the land up pretty good. And all we have to do is just keep the hot wire maintained. And we had one break-in from a big wild boar in the back of the property. Aside from that, everybody respects the boundaries. It's the wild animals I need to worry about. And I got some videos on that as well. We're going to be uploading. Appreciate y'all. Texas Jungle. Join the tribe and subscribe.